Why do we have different colors of skin? According to the theory of evolution, we originated from only one ancestor, but we just diverge into different kinds. That's the reason why we have different kinds of organism that makes our biodiversity very rich. Divergence happens because every organism evolves a long time, just like how we humans evolved from our ancestor, which is an ape. Change has to happen in order for the organisms to adapt to their environment in order to survive, just like what was observed by Charles Darwin in Galapagos Islands, where the same kind of bird in different islands differ in their shape of beak because they are fed with different kinds of food based on the island they live in. If organisms will not adapt, just like the birds, they will not be able to survive. Take, for example, these giraffes, where those only with long necks will be able to get more food. Or these beetles, where only the brown in color will be able to escape from their predators. This is what we call natural selection or survival of the fittest. How does change happen a long time? As organisms adapt, their DNA undergo mutation or change in genetic information. And that mutated gene is what's being passed on from generation to generation. One example of characteristics, which is product of evolution, adaptation, and mutation, is our skin color. Recall that according to the theory of evolution, we originated from one ancestor only. So it is a possibility that at the beginning, we all share the same color of skin. But our ancestors happen to live in different parts of the earth, and different parts of the earth receive different amount of sunlight. The part of the earth in the equator receives the most amount of sunlight, while the northmost part of the earth receives the least amount of sunlight. We all need sunlight as source of our energy, but it shouldn't be too much or too less. It has to be the right amount. So, in order to survive, human skin has to adapt, and so it developed the chemical called melanin that can block harmful sun rays. Those who live in the area with too much sunlight, which is in the equator, developed high amount of melanin in their skin to protect their skin from excess sun rays. That is what makes their skin darker in color. Those who lived in the area with too less sunlight, which is in the north, develop low amount of melanin in their skin because sunlight is scarce in the north. And that's the reason why the color of the skin is lighter. This difference in mutation that led to adaptation according to the area where our ancestors lived in lead to a high variety of skin colors. But just like the same kind of bird with different shapes of beak in Galapagos Island, we humans belong to the same kind. And we might have different color of feather, but we should still flock together.